NRL Fantasy top scorers for round 15. Welcome back. I'm Longy, previous overall NRL Fantasy champ, and currently just one of many frustrated coaches. It was a tough week this week, especially as I was one of the people who had Dave Fafita as captain and a very weak vice captain. So, yeah, I'm struggling right now. I don't own many of the players on this list, but I'm here to celebrate the top 10 for round 15. Let's get right into it here. First one, repeat offender now. Keanu Keeney, who's in the top 5 2 weeks ago. He's in the top 5 right now. 85 fantasy points in this game. It was a running masterclass from Keeney here. So he was up against the Tigers in a game they were expected to win. Tigers got the upset, but Keeney showed out regardless. So 323 meters run. That is a massive amount of meters. You got 8 tackle breaks on the way to that and 3 line breaks. They were the key stats for him on his way to 85 fantasy points. For Keeney, look, it's just that running game that keeps turning up. And as the year goes on, he was very quiet at the start, but he's looking more and more comfortable in this role. The issue is right now that Jaden Campbell is currently number 6. You've got AJ Brimson coming back soon. And theoretically, I would say that Brimson and Campbell are both ahead of Keeney. So I don't know if he's going to keep this spot, but for now, he's on a monster. Next one here, Payne Haas. He reminded us who he is, and the big dog is back here. 81 fantasy points. It was a pretty base stat-focused performance here from him. So 41 tackles is really solid. Got 10 tackle busts and 128 meters run. Payne Haas can do this any given week, and this was not a fluke at all. 813K is a high price, but at the same time, for Payne Haas, it's a bit of a discount. So at some point soon, we'll all be looking to get Payne Haas back into our teams. It's tough to do with the Origin games that are going on right now. Obviously, he won't play round 16, but you could get him in round 17 potentially. You're obviously going to miss him for round 19 with Origin again. But he could be an option you look at very soon. He's definitely a guy we want to have at the end of the season in our rosters. All right, third on the list here, we've got Stefano Tokumanu. And this guy's been reaming with potential for a long time, but this was the first time in a while that he really turned up and showed us what he can do. So 81 points, again, a heavy base stat performance here. He had 7 tackle breaks, 3 offloads, 204 meters run. He was a force and a big reason why the Tigers stole an upset against the Titans. 645K is a much cheaper price. He has a really good Origin and buy schedule. He has not made the Blues side. So if you want to get a middle for this week, I like this move. The big thing to note here, though, is that Alex Twal, Dave Clemmer, Isaiah Papali'i, John Bateman, they were all out. Coruscant was playing the halves as well. So he was basically the only one of the 6 starting forwards that the Tigers normally have that was there this week. So just keep an eye on that. He did get inflated minutes in this game, but at the same time, he can go out and he can produce value basically for you in that 600s price range. So yeah, I like this one a lot. Fourth guy here, Will Penasini, showed up, and we were talking about Penasini a lot over the last couple of months. The big line on him has been when Moses comes back, when Cartwright comes back, he will be back as well. Well, it's worked out that way. 77 fantasy points here. You got 27 tackles, which is a great work rate for a center. 171 meters run, really solid base there. 9 tackle busts. Basically, he just gets his work done, Will Penasini, and at 515K, so 550K there. He's a guy who, after round 16, you could look at buying if you need a center option. And he's at a bit of a discount price there as well. Could be a pseudo keeper. Last year, he averaged 42 points. I think he can improve on that 42 this year because he's getting a bit older each year, a bit more mature. He looks stronger this year. So I reckon he could be a guy who averages around 45 points. Whether that's worthwhile is up to you. He probably won't make it into my side. I've got a few centers already, but if you do need a center, you can do a lot worse than Will Penasini. And then Mo Fotuaika. So this is a guy who he's done it in previous years, but this year's been pretty frustrating for Fotuaika in terms of fantasy scores. Priced at about 508K right now. 74 fantasy points, got big minutes, 60-plus minutes as well. He just converted in this game. And if he gets big minutes going forward, he's a guy who will actually be value at that price point. The issue is that, Dave Fafita is out of this game. So Cleese Haas moved from lock into the edge spot. You had a few other guys out as well. Joloff's out, obviously. Tino's out for the year. There's a few guys being out right now. So if he's going to absorb those minutes, then he's a good option. But previously, he hasn't been absorbing those minutes consistently. So I think this one's a bit more of a fluke, and I don't expect this to continue for Fotuaika. But if he does it again in round, I guess, is he playing Origin? If he does it again next time he plays, then you could look at it more seriously. But I would give it another week. Just wait and see what happens with Fotuaika. All right, the notable mentions here, the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got Nakora, back to form, a try and a try assist, 73 points. You've got DCE, masterclass, 3 tries. No, it's 4 try assists in this game, 70 points there. Dean Mariner grabbed a double and got 70 points as well. Damien Cook played basically the whole game there. Marmazelis didn't play a big role in that game, scored 69 points, grabbed a try as well. And then we got Ola Kawatu, scored that beast mode try on the edge, 68 points. He will play Origin though, so keep an eye on that because he misses the next 2 games. Anyway, that has been the top scorers for round 15. Hopefully you had a good week. I had a bit of a struggle. I dropped down to about rank 350 now. But hopefully you've been rising and hopefully you're ready for round 16 because that is the big one.